All right, welcome back. More Satisfactory coming at you. I left off with doing my blueprint manufacturers here, and I've made a little bit of progress. Um, yeah, I've got my column, the concrete pillars angles figured out, and added some different larger pillars here as well. And I've got everything really set up inside this whole thing here. So I also took some time and made a whole front part for my building design. So let me show you what this looks like. So I still have those ceiling fans in, although they're off a little bit with these pillars coming through. I still think it adds a lot to it. I almost want to raise them up out of here a little bit higher. So I might make some changes to this blueprint and put them in for the next manufacturer building, because I'm going to need a few of these. And I have this all set up with the front and the rear. They're both the same, so with a door entry and a conveyor entry. And then I put some glass on the sides here. What I might do is put that glass on the where I put those walls over there. I'm not sure yet. And then I added some beams going across this way too. I did all that after the fact. So some of that is just kind of hard to vision as you're working in the blueprinter space, especially with just the Mark I blueprinter and combining these together. But I like how this is turning out. So now my idea was to have this be a sushi belt and have smart splitters to split off everything. But I'm realizing this comes with its own challenge, and I want to overcome it. I think it would be interesting. So instead of having this, I'm gonna have this sushi belt here, right? That's gonna deliver everything in. And the thing is, so I'm actually gonna make a change to my idea. I'm gonna make an alternate heavy encased frame. And this takes a different proportion of material. So if I look at this recipe, I need 7.5 modular frames per minute. I need 9.375 encased industrial beams. I need this per minute. Let me just look at it the other way. No, that's per minute. So I need 8 modular frames, 10 encased beams, 36 steel pipe, and 22 concrete to make 3 heavy modular frames. So using a sushi belt, if these were all 1 to 1 to 1 to 1, I could split off everything from my central storage and then just have it all come into place here. So 2 options I'm thinking of. If I did that, still just split it 1 to 1 to 1, and then I would let this stuff run through on the sushi belt, and then these would smart split off into all of the different containers that this manufacturer needs, and then run off my end of my sushi belt and run that back to the tractor. So this is one. I might do it just because I think it'll be interesting. So right now I'm feeding this back in as a loop inside of my factory here, right? So that way it'll just continuously loop through. But I'm going to consume more steel pipe than any of this other stuff. So eventually my steel pipe is mostly going to be sitting in here looping around, or not my steel pipe, the lower one, the modular frames are going to be sitting around and waiting for an opening in the manufacturer. Now at the rates that I'm going and I'm making all of this stuff, it probably isn't going to work out that way. I haven't thought that far. But what I'm thinking is, instead of just looping this through, is I'll have the overflow that my tractor brings in combined with the parts that I'm making and put that right back into my output here, my unload, right? Or my load, sorry, the one back here. So I'll get a bunch of heavy modular frames, and I'll get a bunch of modular frames, some steel pipe, and all this stuff. that my factory does not consume, and then my tractor will diligently take it back to central storage. That's if I just do 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 for splitting off everything in my central storage. The other thing I was thinking about doing is finding a way to make that a little bit closer. Like, I'm pretty close to needing like half as many encased industrial beams as I need concrete. So I could do a 2-way balanced splitter kind of thing and split my encased industrial beams twice, and I'll get about half as much concrete. Same with modular frames too, just so I don't have too much stuff going back. So I think I'm going to do just going back to start with, and then I'm going to balance out the other stuff. So first of all, I think all I'm going to do for this episode is see if I can get the material coming up into here. So I chose to not do heavy modular frame because I need screws, and they need a lot of screws, and I don't really have a lot of screws right now. So I'm going to go with this alternate because I have a good amount of concrete coming back. So I'm just going to try to memorize this. Modular frames, encased industrial beams, steel pipe, and concrete. I'm not going to be able to memorize it. And I would do a screen grab, but anyway. All right, I took a picture of it. I never do that. Bad practice. Just take a screenshot and you'll be good to go. But I took a picture of it with my phone. So, all right, so now I've got this all set up. I've got my lights in here. I've got this green light, green bar on top. I like how this looks. I like this little alcove in here. Maybe a statue for each one of these or something. I don't know. And then I've got my truck stops set up here. And I have, I don't know if I have a tractor down there. I'm going to run down just in case I have a tractor down there already. So this is my road. It's going to run by and give a nice view of my to-be finished copper factory, space elevator, all chromed out. I want to make like a circular thing around that one. I think I can still get it into here. Just the road going down all the way to my central storage. And I have a tractor. Okay, so I'm gonna actually drive this tractor and make a thing and see if I can let it drive. All right, I have stuff in here. I'm going to just start this right at my truck stop. This is what I learned from the other one. I haven't really shown this in the video. All right, so this is where I want it to go. So just start recording, and it's gonna pause here, fine. I'll put another pause here. Fine. And I'll readjust those times later. So now I'm gonna drive this all the way up. And I'm going like at a moderate speed. I drove this a little bit. There's some spots where I actually get air. So I also want to make sure I have nodes at all these different places as I drive it up. That. I got a little bit of air there. I want to make sure I have enough nodes around these turns so that it doesn't go off the road. All right. Not going for speed. I want the looks for all of this stuff. Cool. Now we're gonna get here, and I'll make another pause right in here. Just let that sit for a second. Close enough to it. Another one right here. It's gonna do all these loads and unloading of all this stuff. Now this one I'm gonna go super slow. So I get the nice nodes coming through. All right, should work. Drive back down. Got some air there. See that? Go down here. And I can always put like 2 of these trucks into place. Or tractors. Not doing trucks yet. Don't really have the capacity need for that, I think. I could probably do like 3, maybe even 4 tractors in here. don't have a pause over there. I'm gonna have to redo this. No. Oh man, that sucks. Let's see if it works. Maybe I'll pause it here before I finish. All right. Okay, I got a pause there. I got a pause there. Cool. Let's see if this actually goes. I'm gonna try to ride on top of it. I know underneath those bridges I won't be able to. Pause. Fairly slow. I wish you could edit these nodes with like the speeds and different things. I'm sure there's some kind of mod for it. That would be something I'd be interested in seeing. Driving up, I'm gonna have to jump over this bridge. Barely fits in here. The antenna actually clips through. So I might make this taller in the long run. Alright, we're still driving up. My 2 pauses here. 6 seconds, that's more than enough time. There it comes. 7.5, we'll turn this back down to 6. Which is more than enough time. So one's gonna unload the stuff, one's gonna load the stuff back up. The unload happens first, since that's the material coming in. Now let's just go ahead and... Now it's going real slow around here. Which is okay. Make sure we're not gonna fall off the road. And eventually I'll put my conveyor toppers on this. I'm going to bring this up a little bit higher just to make some more clearance for that bridge. We're getting awfully close to the side of the road there. We haven't fallen off yet. So I did different stuff with the curves on this one, like the one over by my central storage has a lot of extra curves in it. Big rounded one, and this I think is probably plenty fine enough. I don't know, I'm curving through this whole thing. It's just kind of where I wanted to go. I also debated about not even doing this road. I'm leaving it the path. There's like a dirt path underneath all of this. All right. Now got reloaded for fuel, and it's going to unload stuff and pause here. 7 seconds, probably. It's really too long. You only really need 4. And this works pretty well. Don't run me over, tractor. Alright, so we're actually really doing it. Alright. So now here, I've got this truck station. 2 of them here. This one is my unloading, where things are going to be delivered. And this goes into my central storage underneath this tunnel and delivers all my stuff right to my sushi belt delivery system that's already implemented in here. And then the other side, it brings in fuel from all the way down there. So I don't know how I'm gonna do this in the long run. It's pretty good. I think I'm okay with it. I still actually have a place I can walk through down here, and I think this is fine. So I was always debating about how this was going to work in my central storage. So that's some of the stuff that I need. Now I need modular frames and case industrial beams. steel pipe, and concrete. So modular frames. See what I've got in here. Oh wait, I already have these, so that's good. And I've got a lot of them too. I know I'm not making them. All right. So I need industrial encased beams. I've got one over on this side of something that I need. And I've got steel pipe here. I've got everything's over here. Concrete and modular frames. So, all right. Let's see. I'm going to have to turn on my light because I don't have any light in here. What I'm doing, this one is this one. So I'm putting a hole in the floor. And how many was it? I only need 10. I need 60 of them total, so I can get away with a Mark 1 for this. I'm going to try to balance this a little bit. All right, so that's going down into there. And then I need steel pipe, and I need 36. So 36 times 6, 216. So a Mark 3. Dark. We want to light this up a little bit more. Okay. So then a Mark 3. And then don't need steel beam. Concrete, I need 22. 22 times 6. Now I'm doing 6, so that's how many I have in there. 132. So it's actually 20.625. Let's try it that way. 20.625 times 6, 123. Man, that's like just over. I wonder if I could underclock them a little bit. We need 20. So I'm gonna go with a Mark II. Right, so because 20 times 6 is 120. Okay. First I'm gonna do Mark II, and I might have to underclock just to make that work a little bit nicer. And then I have modular frames, which there's 8, actually 7.5. So that'll be a Mark 1. Mark 1. Okay. Got all my stuff going down into here now. Which I think I would rather have that than have like a whole view down to the door. It's kind of neat, but this gives it a cool look. And I'll probably fix all the colors another time. So I'm gonna jump down from here. I don't really have a way to get through. Now I've got these holes in here, right? So I have my fuel coming down into that one. Now I'll have another one coming into here. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that there for now. And suppose another one in here somewhere. Now, can I do... Oh, which one was I doing for this one? A Mark 1? Yeah. Like that, right at the top. Then I'm going to do... here, but I want to come over a little bit more. It's like 2. Maybe 3. We'll try 3. Yep, I got it right. I might have to take some of this stuff out. It's going up one. I have to make a mini. Oh, for now, I'm gonna do that. So now the issue is, see, I've got some of those coming out now. I'm gonna have 4 total up here. I have the fuel coming through here too. So these are all gonna come down, over and out that way. What I was planning on doing was making a bigger hole over here to bring stuff through. 'Cause I just have like room for 2 right there. And then I'm gonna have to make, it's just gonna get kind of ugly with all this stuff here. And this is like really just kind of coming through these beams here. That's clipping in pretty nasty. There it is too. So it's kind of trying to avoid having too much at the top up here. I mean, I technically have the room for it all. If I had every single one of these coming out and going out that way, and I might even send the other ones out, and then kind of don't want to go down the middle aisle because that was like my walkway. But I think I have the space for it in the middle aisle. So, all right. One there. Now I have to decide which one's gonna go where, because these ones, see what's gonna be crazy. This is already kind of crazy. Like I almost want to just split these off and do a thing coming through. I feel there's going to be another central storage eventually for all of this. And I'm not going to take all these down, right? So I don't remember what I had up there. This is modular frames. This is concrete, and that is steel pipes. So steel pipes is a Mark III. I think I'm going to have them just come out this way and run along the ceiling. And then this one is concrete. It was a Mark II. And then modular frames, which is a Mark I. I'm kind of just extracting things as needed, right? I'm only having 3 of them here. So I have the 4th one over there. Which I'm also thinking about taking this stuff out, going this other way, and then going outside, and running this around this side of the building, and then down. It's a long way to go. So, I might change that later. But for now, I'm going to stay with this, even though it's kind of janky. Know where I need to run this one. It's every 10, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. I kind of like the idea of running that stuff down the middle. But I don't use that as a walkway. Now let me think about this. I'm gonna have 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. So this one's gonna first here. Okay. Now I'm getting some encased beams coming out of central storage, not just for dimensional depots anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's gonna be one on top of here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove these inverted ramps. I only had those there to block those off, which, oh, I could use those too. Huh. I've got every single one that can come out from there. Yeah, this is gonna get redone. Yep, I like having the lights here, but I am going to do that. Then it'll be interesting because you'll get to see some movement from the parts here going down, not just on display. Okay, all right. So let's just do that instead. So like this one, I believe is that. Yep. This one's this one. That's cool. Forgot about a lot of stuff. I always kind of wanted to use these, but I wasn't sure how it would work in the long run. Now I have my path back inside there. And I'll end up changing these lights around so that they don't show through. I'll do something different with these. This is sweet. All right, so 1, 2, 3, and I'm actually gonna go right on top of each one of these, just so I could always take each one down. So we actually do it? No. All right, just kind of running along the conveyor belt. Got a lot going on here too. I might have to do that for the first one, but that's going to be way down there. So that's 1, 2. All right, what do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just do this. Do I have this here? Yeah, I do. So I've got one starting along right here. Right here. There we go. 4, 5, 6. Did I miscount? And I don't mind taking this catwalk down either. In fact, I think I'm gonna have to. I will be happy to redo that and make this all about storage. There's one right here. Yep, one right here next to it too. Okay. This is exciting. We got some more stuff going out in my storage other than just shredding stuff. I did want to find a way to bring stuff out, and I think this is gonna work well. All right, so what are you again? You are Mark III. Is this gonna be long enough? Cool. And then what are you? Mark II. I'm gonna skip 1, right? Yep. Okay, and then you are a Mark 1. But I don't have to come all the way over to that. I don't want to do that. I want to make this a good angle because that's what we do here. So if I go back to here, I think we can get steel pipe, concrete. This should be modular frames. Cool. Nice, look at it coming out. So the thing is with these though, they do only take from the secondary industrial storage bit. So, yeah, this is neat. Exciting. Alright, I can run that on the ceiling and run that out. And I'll do the same thing, but I'm gonna go the other way. And let's see, I've got 8 of these, right? What I could actually really do is make this a big tower of stuff coming out this way and just get rid of this part. I think that's what I'm going to do to keep it more central looking right here. And then I'll need a line going in. Hello, Mr. Tractor. But yeah, that's neat. So I'm going to stay with, see, I'm still making all this stuff too. All this concrete's coming in. I'm pretty sure I'm making enough to support all of this. So 8 modular frames, yeah. I'm gonna have 8, 16. There's just gonna be nowhere for this stuff to go. I do 3, and then I could do this one. I've done something like this before, just super compact. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 16, which, of course, 16 doesn't go into 3. So 6, it's 12. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I'm up into the ceiling. So, a bummer. I think this side is a lot less packed over there. Could make this wider, which I think is what I'm gonna do. Oh, this is not going to be here. I also don't have to have everything coming out, but I kind of want to plan for that. Is there glass? There's no glass there. Kind of want to plan for that. Oh, I did this all as 1 meter walls. Great. And these will have to come out too. I want to see what this might look like. Okay with this being wide open. Okay with that. what goes into 16? Get 4. So if I did, that's gonna expand into like this huge towering thing of product too. But the cool thing is, I can make this, see how wide I can make this. Yeah, out here is all I really could go. Don't have to have an arch if I don't have the space for it. Alright. So. 2, 3, 4. Alright, I have 16, so 16 divided by 4 is 4 high. See if I can get it to fit. One, two, three, 4. That top is pretty tight. I'll have to do something different with my lighting probably, or just maybe even take it out entirely and do something else through here. We shall see, but 4 will fit. Yeah, I mean, if I did 8 wide, then I would only be 2 high, which actually is kind of nice. I fit 8 though. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Rather have that. Because then I'll take up this whole thing. Then I don't think I'll really have space for walkways or anything, but that's okay. I've got material moving in and out and everywhere, and I'll have to figure out then where stuff could come back in. And yeah, there's not going to be enough here, I think, to bring everything out, because it's as big as, if I'm bringing everything out, it's as big as this whole thing right here. That's everything. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wide. And I'm already pretty tall with that, and it's tight there too. So it might be something where I just take out what I need, or I bring it here, bring it out over this way too, but that's a lot of stuff. But we're getting somewhere. I like having these things come out, being all up in the ceiling. I kind of wanted to have like this half of the building bring out stuff, and then the other half of the building would bring out the other stuff. Like from this side, these two banks, this stuff would come out through here, and that side would go out through there. So maybe I could do that, have another truck stop way over there, and then drive my truck past this station and drive it down there. The thing is that I think I'm going to have some truck or tractor collisions. So I think, oh man. All right, I'm going to have to think about it for a little while. So that's about it for now. I'm going to leave it here and come back and do some more on it. But this is pretty cool. Lots of movement, lots of cool, exciting stuff happening. Not so close together like in my original campus. Expanding out. All right, see ya.